Monday. Every day will be Friday, no. We got just to celebrate, oh. Like saying now you're Friday, no. My baby, one day. Breakfast on the jet, you know. Cruising, that's reject, oh. That day, not today, you know. Big things are happening now. More this, more that, more grace, oh. More cash, more babes, oh. More cars. Big things are happening now. More this, more that, more grace.
All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you all for joining in. My name's Nzali. This is Nzali Takes Africa. Let me know where y'all are watching from. I'm live on a few places. I'm live on Facebook. I'm live on Instagram. And of course, on YouTube. YouTube is my new / old favorite playhouse. So let me know in the comments where you all are watching from, where you're joining me from. Are you my Ghana people? Is this my South African crowd? Is this my US crowd? Like, let a sister know where you're watching from. Let me see. Okay. All right. So I know y'all are like, where in the heck is Nzali? Where are you? What are you doing, girl? All of that good stuff. I hope y'all can hear me well, because I think this is a live y'all definitely want to all of that good stuff. I hope y'all. Oh, sorry, y'all. Well, there we go. I'm getting myself together, y'all. Don't worry. All right. So I know some of y'all are like, where in the heck is Nzali? Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Where am I? So I am in Nairobi, Kenya. For those who've been following me for the past week, you know that I decided to do a scouting trip to Nairobi to see if this is the place for me. Just a little bit of background for those who are new to me. In general, I am a person who has been living on the African continent for 10 years. Can you guys imagine? 10 years living on the African continent. First, I was in South Africa as a Peace Corps volunteer. Then I relocated to Ghana. I gained my citizenship in Ghana. I've been there for about 8 years. And now I'm just looking for what's next. Something a little bit more, I'm in my 30s now. When I first went to Africa, I was in my 20s. It was a lot going on. Okay. It was a lot going on, but now I'm a little bit more settled. I feel a little bit more grounded. And so I'm just looking for a place that can also give me that type of vibe. So I'm just clearing out some stuff on my screen. Y'all forgive me. I want to give y'all my full eye contact. I just want to move some pieces around. All right. For those who are watching for the playback, don't worry. You can always watch on the playback. Drop it in the comments. I respond. Give me at least 24 hours. I'm going to get back to you. Okay. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you're watching on YouTube. My YouTube channel is all about women, millennial women specifically, who want to live, work, or play on the African continent, what to do, how to do, where to do it. I'm doing it for you so you can see it in advance. And then from there, you can go. Okay. Also, if you have not already, follow me on Instagram. It's at Nzali Takes Africa. Also follow my business page, because today I'm going to actually be talking about business. Okay. And my business page is SWD Africa. I'm going to leave that up there for a little while. Hey, Lorna. Oh, is this my soror? I'm definitely going to talk about becoming a virtual assistant today. Okay. So let me come on through. So first things first, I am live and direct from Nairobi today. I am coming to you from a co-working space. And this co-working space is located in Westlands, is what the people told me. First things first, the drive, get into this place, it was maybe about 25 minutes from where I'm staying in Kilimani, and breathtaking. So much greenery, so much just it was just beautiful. Let me put it that way. If you like trees, if you like green plants, all of that stuff, the drive up here was amazing. So I got to this particular co-working space because for those who are new, I am a virtual assistant. I also have a virtual assistant agency called SheWorks Digital Africa, where I take African talent and I place them with, remote work outside of Africa. And so Mm-mm-mm. So, one of my big things for this scouting trip to Nairobi was to find out, like, okay, where can I work that's comfortable? Is there spaces that my virtual assistants, if I want to hire out of Kenya, where can they go to do work that's cool, and it's a nice little vibe. So I actually started Googling. Some of you dropped comments in my Instagram and on my YouTube page telling me co-working spaces and that you wanted to look at some. So I found this one online. It's in Westlands. It's very, very beautiful. And again, like, I actually just want to start this video by showing you the co-working space because the co-working space is like working from home can get very routine, right? And so being in Ghana, working from home is like I'm basically in my house, and then once I finish, then I'm outside. But here I'm noticing these co-working spaces aren't just the corporate buildings, right? It's not just like office space, or you stay in your house. So this one, I just want to show y'all. Okay, y'all are looking at me here now. Check out the back. Okay, these are offices, private offices. I'm going to turn the camera around. It's literally like a garden, y'all. Literally, it's like a garden. Okay, I'm here sitting up under this big old tree. Okay, so the bugs are here with me, but that's okay. I don't mind a little bug, you know. But it's so beautiful. I'm actually going to show y'all some clips of when you walk into the space because it was amazing. And the reason I'm really highlighting this space because sometimes we think that virtual assisting, working remotely can't be comfortable. It can't be good for your well-being. Like you're just staring at the screen all day. And so what I have discovered here in this little nook in Nairobi is that your co-working space where you work from remotely can really be like the bomb.com. So let me show you when I first came in. I'm going to pull it up. Let me add it. So this is when you first walk in. Immediately you see all of the plants. It's called Key Guy. I think that's how you say it, Ikigai. People who speak Swahili, y'all gonna correct me in the comments. Right. So that was, I'm gonna play it again for you. So this was just when you walk in, all these green plants, it kind of sets the tone for this location, letting you know what you're gonna get. I met a very lovely lady at the front desk. She took me on a tour of the place. First, showed me some of the private offices, talked about pricing, all of that good stuff. And then, I came and found my little nook. I paid. What did I pay? I think it was 2,000. Hold on, let me pull up my receipt, y'all, because I don't forgot. Just that quick. Um, where is it? Where is it? Okay, so I paid 2,320 shillings for a day pass, right? And let me see. I'm going to cover my card information. I just want y'all to see the amount. Okay, that's what I paid to have a day pass, right? Now, this location has a cafe, it has a pool, it has Wi-Fi even in the garden. Like right now, I'm in the garden. Um, it has free printing. All laptops can be connected to the printer. It has designated desk spaces. It has co-working shared space like what I'm here. Now I'm going to show you a few other ones. Oh, it's a Japanese word. Okay, thank you. I had no idea. So someone corrected me. They said the name of this co-working space is Ikigai is a Japanese word. My apologies to my Swahili folks. um, and so that's how much I paid. So then when I'm thinking, what is for my US people, I just want y'all to know how much it is. So that's 2,320 Kenya shillings. Kenya shillings to USD. So let me figure out what that is in USD. That's $17. Really, $17.95. So let's just round it up, $18. So for the day, you can come and work for $18. Okay. Um, and they have these little what do you call it, like phone booths, and that's where you can take Zoom calls if you know you're going to need like a lot of privacy and you're just here with the co-working space. They also have this open space. Some of it is actually covered and all of that good stuff. So I think it was a pretty good deal. They also have monthly packages that you can do. The private office space is minimum a year. um I think the one that's 5 people or more, I think it's like $2,000 a month. The one that's the smaller one, I think less than five, it's 1,000 a month. I saw at least 10 companies that have their permanent office here, right? Um, and again, this is for people who have a business that's running, that's moving, and you're looking for an office space that's not going to be too much, right? Or you're like myself, you're a virtual assistant, all of your employees are remote. So you just want to get out of the house and work and not be um, in your office chair all day. So this is a great place to, hop on in and work from. Let me just check Instagram. I just want to see if any folks are over there. All right. Okay. So, in addition to that, we have, let me just take y'all on my little tour. So I'm going to add it up here. Very colorful. Really, it doesn't give co-working space. Like it really doesn't give co-working space. It gives like this is somebody's house that they've decided to share with their people. Let me show you another. Yeah, those are my shoes from Morocco. Shout out to Marrakesh. um, okay, so you can see. Let me pause it there. This was another like desk setup space that's out in the garden. So like let's say if it started to rain, I could go under that space to work, right? And then here is the office space. Okay. This is the one for 5 people. I'm gonna go back for y'all. Okay, so this is the one for 5 people, 3 desks there. There were 2 behind me. But I just want y'all to take a second and look at the view. So imagine instead of sitting on your couch working, this was the view that you had while you were working. Okay, so I just loved it. Okay, again, another business here. This is their permanent space. Something that I also thought was really unique about this space is that they've made all of this out of containers. So it's not like they put up a whole bunch of concrete and all that kind of stuff. They just use containers and made the best of the land that they have. So I thought that was really cool and unique. Okay. And there we go. I'm going to remove that, y'all. So that is the co-working space that I'm in today. Like I said, it's very beautiful. It's in Westlands. It's very green. It gives you kind of this relaxing environment along with you just being able to be productive. Okay. So let's see. I had a few comments. Someone said, oh, I saw that one. Do you hire ladies? Yes, I do hire women. That's why it's called SheWorks Digital. Africa. So I do hire women for my virtual assistant agency. And let me just go ahead and put up the website. So yeah, if you are a woman interested in becoming a virtual assistant, or if you're looking to hire a virtual assistant, you can visit me, SheWorksDigitalAfrica.com. And I have that scrolling at the bottom so you can see it. Okay. So yes, to answer your question, I do hire women. Okay, so I gave y'all the tour of the co-working space. Um, Now, one thing I want to talk about for those who are from the diaspora, I would say, why is co-working space a key for productivity when you're traveling? Number one, it's going to give you very stable Wi-Fi. So like myself, I'm a virtual assistant. My clients are US based. They don't care that I have been in 5 countries in 5 months. They don't care about that. They just want to make sure that I'm doing what I need to do for them, which a big part of that is having stable Wi-Fi. So co-working spaces help provide that. So, you can stream, you can download, you can upload, the softwares that some of those companies may offer or want you to use, you're going to be able to use it because your speed is going to be up to par. So that's one of the benefits. Another benefit is that if you're in a place for a longer amount of time, you could have a cheaper designated workspace that kind of is like all inclusive, right? And so, what I will say when it comes to like the pros and cons of working remotely, um, and I'm going to speak to my experience in Ghana versus what I'm discovering here in Nairobi, is that on the pro side, we do have options, right? There are plenty of options on both sides for working remotely in a co-working space. What I'm finding here in Nairobi from my Google searches and from me kind of going to places is that the feel and the look of it, I think in Nairobi, they've moved it away from just the corporate space, co-working space, to making it a bit more boutique. So like this place that I'm in today is like very boutique. This is not your standard run of the mill co-working space. I literally have an ant on my laptop. Sorry, Mr. Ant. There we go. So that's different. Um, what else would I say? The con. The um, con for Nairobi, pro for Ghana. Con for Nairobi is the time difference. So right now, my clients on Eastern Standard Time are 7 hours behind, and my client on Central Standard Time is 8 hours. So let me just double check. Right now in Nairobi, it's 2:22. So for my clients on EST, it's 7:23. For my clients in Central Standard Time, it's 6:23 in the morning. So that means that if I have a later call in the evening or afternoon for my clients, that's going to be later in the day for me here in Nairobi than it would be in Ghana, where it's like a 4 to 5 hour difference. So that would be like a con for Nairobi, but pro for the Ghana side. Although it always depends on how you look at it, right? Because you could look at it, well, like I have a whole free day. So like technically I'm able to come and do this live with you all right now because I'm not going to start work until I think my first call is around 11 a.m. Central Time. So that's going to be around 7 p.m. Right? So I got like my whole day before I even need to take my call for the day. So that's a plus, depending on how you're looking at it. If you're a person who doesn't like to work in the night, I would say if you're looking at virtual assisting, specifically, get you a client that doesn't require a lot of face-to-face calls, or they're okay with only taking calls with you in the morning. That way you can curb some of the late night calls. This is specifically for my people who are Nairobi based. So just FYI. Y'all can definitely drop comments in the chat. Let me know if there's anything in particular that you want to know about when it comes to virtual assisting, building a business remotely. I'm also just going back and forth between Instagram and the YouTube so I can see everything. All right. So those are a few of the pro and the cons. And so I do want to talk to you all about what a typical day looks like, right? because a lot of people are like, I want to get into the remote space. I want to do it so that I can bop around the globe. What does your day look like? So in Nairobi, what has happened is that I usually sleep until my body says get up. So it depends on how late I've stayed up the night before. Yesterday we went out to what is the place called? Gemini, and this other place I think it's called like Open Kitchen or something like that. So I didn't get back till late. I really didn't go to sleep until around like 5. So I didn't wake up until maybe like 11, 12. No, probably like 11 because I got here by 12:30. So I wake up when I want to. And that's the beauty of having that 7 to 8 hour difference with my clients. I'm able to go ahead and get some breakfast. The other day, I went live with you all and I took a walk around the neighborhood that I was in. So I can do those type of things. Once I do that, probably go back home. I typically will try to cook before I need to start working so that I can eat as well as my fiance. And then after that, I do like prep work. So maybe around 3:34, I'll start doing some prep work for my clients. And then I typically won't have any calls until around like 5:45. That's here in Nairobi. That's how my day has been going. Around 5:45, I might start having some calls and then work until my work is finished for that day. Sometimes it's early, sometimes it's a little bit late. Some of the tools that I've been using just in general, working remotely, having a virtual assistant agency, communication tools like Slack. That way I can communicate with them no matter where I am in the world. I have Slack on my laptop and also, sorry, y'all, I'm under the tree, so there was a little bug. I'm gonna have it on my laptop. I also have Slack on my phone so that if I'm even on the go, if let's say I'm in the airport, I'm transitioning somewhere, I can still respond. I like Slack also because it has video capabilities. You can link it to like your Google Drives, all of that stuff. So you can do all of that really from your phone. Oh, that's a great question. I'm going to get to that one. What else do I use? For communication. Oh, there's also Google Voice so that if my clients need to actually call me, they can call me and get me or send me a text message and get me. Let's say Slack for some reason doesn't work or it's not a fast enough response. And I feel like a lot of the US clients like that. I want to see you. I want to talk to you. So having the Google Voice number has been helpful because it's like, okay, let me just call Nzali really quickly. That one has been helpful. Another one of my clients, we use AirCall, but I think that's like industry specific. What else? Of course, Zoom, also a VPN. Having a good VPN, and I pay for mine. Which one is it? Let me. Oh. Nord VPN. I use that because there's some platforms that I can't get access to without having my VPN on. So that's helpful when you're doing the remote work, virtual assisting, all of that. And I'm just giving you all these tips because this is all a part of building this business in Africa, working remotely. Right. I said Zoom already. What else do I use? Uh, Asana, any project management tool to keep track of my task. Some of my clients, we use Asana for that client, but then I also have like my own separately for my business and for myself to kind of keep me organized with what I need to do, who I need to have my deliverables to, and by what time. So that has been very helpful as well. And I want to bring this question up. It says, what's the difference you've seen in terms of internet stability between Ghana and Kenya? Let me say this. I have not had an internet stability issue in Kenya. So that's my answer to that. In Ghana, it really depends on where you're living. Let me keep that comment up so people know what I'm responding to. It depends on where you're living, the connectivity that you're going to have there, what to be fair, I don't even feel like it matters what internet service anymore because MTN and Vodafone, like they used to be strong, but sometimes now they just kind of go down. Like in my house, I have MTN and Vodafone or Airtel now because they were bought out, or Telecel is what it is now. I have both of those in my house. We have two routers because, like I said, myself and my fiance, we work remotely. So we both are streaming online video calls, all of that all day. And so I will be on one router, he'll be on another router, and we still might have an issue. We both are here in Nairobi together, both still doing our work, and we haven't had a real issue. Um, Even right now, like I'm literally sitting in like a garden and I'm live streaming with y'all. So you tell me how the connection is in Nairobi versus when you see me live stream in Ghana. So that's another important piece when you're thinking about where you want to relocate to, especially when you're a remote worker. Having the budget for strong internet, having the budget to be able to have enough internet to last you for the amount of work that you do. So outside of my virtual assistant, y'all know I also do YouTube. YouTube is a whole nother layer of internet usage that I have to have for you all. So you want to think about that too when you're thinking about building a remote business on the African continent. Where am I living? Do I have strong connectivity? Is it enough for me to do the things that I need to do for the task that you need to complete? So thank you for that question, Nerd. I think it's Nerd Robotech. All right. Thank you so much for that. That was a really good one. And so I do want to speak a little bit about the like how being in Africa adds value to like your work life balance. So one of the things I always preach for people is that the time difference helps me, right? It helps me have slower mornings, which is something that I always wanted. When I was in the States, I was a high school teacher, high school and middle school teacher, which means you're up at the crack of dawn and you are just working all day, basically, because you got to be there at least by 7:30 at the latest. And then you're working. School usually ends around 2 something, but you're going to be after school. Like I coached the flag team, debate team, student government, all that stuff. So, you're going to be there late. So for me, moving to Africa, I was very intentional about wanting to have a calmer experience. And even now, with my desire to leave Ghana and look at moving to Nairobi, that's also a bigger part of it, like more green space, more time to relax. And that time gap does work for me. So, also just in Africa in general, people are not so like productivity driven in a sense. Like they're going to get it done, but they're not going to like lose their mind getting it done. Right? They're not going to lose their mind getting it done. They're not going to work themselves all the way until they're having complete burnout to do it. Right? People are a little bit more chill. And so that's the part that made working remotely, wanting to build a business in Africa remotely attractive for me. Also, the cost of living versus like what you can make versus what you're going to spend out was another benefit, another reason I decided to go into the remote work space, because I'm like, okay, well, if I can make USD, but live in another country that my money goes a little bit further, that's a benefit, right? And I understand that not everybody has that privilege, but if you do, why not take advantage of it? And for me, I wasn't just looking out for myself. This is a part of the reason why I started SheWorks Digital Africa, because when I was working at the university in Ghana, there were a lot of young women that I knew. They would graduate, they didn't necessarily have employment. And so I'm like, you have all the skills, you have all the talent, so why not let me bridge my two worlds. Let me take my US side and my experience living in Africa, bring those two together and help those young women find remote work where they also can make money in a higher currency, have a better quality of life without having to get up every day, hustle and bustle through Nairobi traffic, Accra traffic, Joburg traffic to get there. Okay, so the work-life balance is a big part of this building a virtual assistant agency, remote business on the African continent. So Clip City says, I'm streaming from Kenya, uh, Kiambu. All right. Well, shout out to you. You see? So the internet is pretty good here from what I've experienced. Okay. Let me check Instagram really quick, see if anybody said, shouted us out over there. Hi, a deaf heart. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. All right, what else I want to talk about? How I built SheWorks Digital Africa. So I just told you about why I started it. I was working at a university in Ghana. I knew a lot of young people who had talent who weren't finding work, right? So I myself had become a virtual assistant once I left the university, and I just decided to bring my worlds together. If I'm able to live comfortably in Africa from virtual assisting, why shouldn't I offer that to my brothers and sisters here? Right. So I was looking at that aspect. And then on the flip side, for my people who are based in the US, I have a lot of friends who own small businesses, SMEs, who have startups, some who are way past the startup phase too. But I noticed that their ability to scale was being limited because of really like, can I afford the talent that I need to scale my business to the next level? And when you look at what it costs to even hire a virtual assistant in the States, sometimes it's basically like hiring a full time employee. So on my end, I was like, okay, the price point for hiring a virtual assistant in Africa could work for a US based company, because what we need to live here is significantly different, as to what you would need to live in DC, right? I can't live off of $3,000 a month in DC. Baby, I'm doing well with $3,000 in Nairobi or in in Ghana, in Accra. Okay. And if you're not in Nairobi, if you're not in Accra, not in the major city center, and you're making 3,000, 4,000, $5,000 a month, and you're sitting in your house or you're sitting in a beautiful co-working space like this, you're doing pretty well. Okay. So that was the problem that I thought of for my US side, right? So looking at the problems on each side, knowing African talent that wasn't getting work, knowing I knew people who had small businesses who weren't able to scale the way that they needed to because they just simply couldn't afford to. Bringing those two together is how you've gotten SheWorks Digital Africa. Okay, so again, I do want to say, if you're a person who's interested in being a virtual assistant, go to the website, sheworksdigitalafrica.com. You can book a call with me. We can talk about it and see what's what. Also, if you're looking to hire virtual assistants out of Africa, right talent for the right price, hit your girl up. And, always you can like the video, you can subscribe to the channel. I did see a comment here that says, Mike says, you don't speak like an African, I'm assuming. You don't speak like an African, you sound like an American. That's because I am American. I am a Black American. My parents, my grandparents, my great grandparents, my great grandparents, my lineage, in Ghana, what we call the historical diaspora, those who were transported over during the transatlantic slave trade, that is my lineage. My people are out of South Carolina and North Carolina, okay, in the US. I've just been living in Africa for 10 years in different countries, South Africa, Ghana, and now hopefully Kenya. um, so let's see. I also wanted to ask, do you prefer project-based work or long-term retainer jobs? I prefer long-term retainer jobs just because it gives me like, okay, I know for this year contract, this is what I'm going to bring in from that. And it helps me plan my travel a little bit better. Um, I think eventually I'll probably get more into project-based work just so that I can actually have like buckets of time where I don't have to work at all. That's honestly where I'm moving to. So that it's like, okay, I'm going to work for the first 3 months of the year, and then the rest of the year I'm not working. I'm just doing what I want to do, whatever that is. It could be wiggling my toes in the sand. It could be, I don't know, anything. I don't even know what that looks like right now, but it could be anything. So what I'll say is, right now, the long term retainer jobs have worked for me because it's helped me budget better. I think in the future, I'll probably move towards project-based. Okay. Oh, and I will say also as a VA, I have had clients who have hired me on a project base. Um, they've hired me project based, but it's like I know that that window is going to come like twice a year. So, for example, I have experience with grant management and grant writing. So, I've had a client hire me on for grant writing season, grant reporting season for her business. So, I know that, okay, during this part of the year and this part of the year, this client is going to reach out to me. Okay. But I do that for her like quite a lot. Okay. Um, let's see. Child, I got ants and stuff falling on me from the tree. I'm gonna have to go inside in a little bit, y'all. I've been trying to make it. Um, okay, let me see. There was another question. Clip City, how is the greenery? Does it compare to Accra? So, what I found here in Nairobi is that it is very, very, very green. Okay, it's very green. It's very lush, and it's in the city. The thing about Ghana is that in Accra, we don't have that much just green space everywhere. It's a lot of concrete. You don't find the lushness of Ghana until you leave the city center, and then that area isn't really developed. So, what I'm appreciating about this particular city is that I'm getting the green and the development all in the same space. So, I'm really enjoying that. And then I see, welcome, Mom, to Kenya. We love you here. Feel at home. Oh, thank you so much. I really love that. Thank you. Oh. um, so yes, I was telling you all about why I built or how I built SheWorks Digital Africa. I told you about the two problems that I was trying to solve. And I want to talk about like what makes my VAs different. Because I think that my VAs are the best of the best of the best. And a part of that is because, like I said, here on the continent of Africa, we have so much untapped talent, right? And that untapped talent is really like the world's jewel. And so when I think about my VAs, my ladies are attentive, they are responsive, they're flexible. I think as compared to getting virtual assistants out of Southeast Asia, a lot of Americans find that they're able to relate more to my VAs. They feel a more cultural connection to my VAs. They understand their English better. Um, and it just feels more familiar, right? It just doesn't feel like there's this taskmaster out somewhere on the virtual web that I never really know who's working in the inner works of my business. My VAs, you feel like you know them, right? And they give you that confidence and like familiarity that a lot of businesses who are growing want to feel, because it's like, okay, this is my project, this is my baby, I'm growing this thing, I'm moving to the next level. You want somebody who gets it and who gets you. And that's what I think my virtual assistants offer. And that's what I'm looking for in my virtual assistants. Not only can you get the task done, but like, what are your personable skills? How do you relate to people? Do you really listen to your clients? Are you able to foresee pitfalls and fill the gap? Like, be tapped in, right? So that's how that's the difference. That's what sets my VAs apart from others. Um, and again, like I hire off of the continent. A lot of VAs are coming out of Asia. Um, but I believe in us uplifting us. So, if you're a business owner and you are watching this call and you're looking for some support in your business, whether that's admin support, social media management, sales support, tech support, let me know. And I will definitely link you with the proper virtual assistant. And one of the things that we do if SheWorks Digital Africa is we handle the back end. So we do the payroll, we do the training, we just kind of handle that HR bit. So all you have to worry about is telling them what you need from them and letting them deliver. Again, if you're interested in that, then you can hit us up at sheworksdigitalafrica.com. Okay. So I want to take some questions now because I've been talking for 40 minutes. This is, I think, is the longest live I've ever done. I usually am about 20, 30 minutes. So I want to take some questions from y'all about anything that I've shared today. Because I want to, get some direct time with you. Also, please let me know where you're watching from. A few people have been dropping questions in the chat already, but let me know where you're watching from. And also, would you try co-working spaces abroad? Would you try doing remote work abroad? Let's see. Hi, Patrick. Welcome. I just saw this person jump in. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Let's see. I have another one. How do taxes and payment systems work for remote workers there? Okay, so I'm going to be very specific about my situation because I am a unique case, and then I'll speak about in general. So I actually have dual citizenship. I am a US citizen by birth, right, and lineage. But in 2019, when Ghana gave citizenship to members of the diaspora, I also received citizenship. So my business is actually registered in Ghana as a Ghanaian, right? So I pay my taxes as a Ghanaian. Ghana also taxes expats on their worldwide income. But if you have your tax bill that you've paid for, let's say, the United States, then you could take that to GRA and they will give you a credit, right? And so basically you don't like pay as much in double taxation. Ghana also has a partnership with Canada and UK, so those people from those places aren't double taxed. I'm not sure what that's like in Nairobi. Like I said, I'm scouting Nairobi, so I do wonder what that's like in Nairobi. Sorry, y'all. Like I said, I have little things falling off the tree in my hair, so I keep messing with my hair because I can feel little pieces. um, and then what else about the taxes? Okay, payment systems. So I actually use a few things, right? One is called Code LN. It is a beautiful a young Nigerian woman who has a payment platform that works for me. So clients can pay there, and then I pay out to my VAs. I've also used Deal for my clients coming out of the US for my personal clients. Um, what else? You could use Limfee. Um, that's more so when you're making payment out to your staff in Africa, but Deal and Code LN are the ones that US based people can pay into. And of course, for virtual assistants, they are independent contractors. So I pay taxes, my personal taxes on my income that I make as a virtual assistant. I don't have to pay taxes on my virtual assistants because they are independent contractors. So free game on that one. Okay. I thought I saw another comment. Let me make this a little bit bigger so I can see everything. Okay. I asked how is real estate? Do you see between Nairobi and Accra, which one is better potential? I actually haven't gone around for my real estate tour yet. That is something that I'll be doing at the top of next week. So I will actually take y'all on that journey with me to show you places in Nairobi. The Airbnb that I'm staying at is lovely. But again, there's some people who have linked me with some good realtors here to take me around to see different properties in different areas. And thanks to you all who watch me on YouTube, y'all told me the neighborhoods to go to. So I'm going to check out Westlands, of course. I'm in Kilimani right now. Somebody said Kilileshua. Somebody told me Lavington, Riverside. It's a little cat here, y'all. I don't know if y'all can see him. When I first came in here, he just walked up to me and like just was all in my grill. But nonetheless, so I am going to go around and then I'll be able to do a good comparison to, share with you all. All right, next question. Very interested with being a VA. Please link me to a person for more information. So it's right here at the bottom. SheWorksDigitalAfrica.com. Book a call. Watching from Kenya. Thank you so much for watching. I'm loving your country if you're Kenyan. Um, really, really loving what I have experienced so far. Um, once I leave Kenya, I'm heading back to the States to visit my family and go to a conference. But if I didn't have to go back to the States for June, I might have extended my stay. I definitely am going to come back. I haven't decided fully if I'm going to move. I will let y'all know at the end of my scouting trip, but I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing so far. I've really, really been enjoying Nairobi. Hi, Native Son Ghana. Hi, Kente's daughter. Any questions from Instagram? Let me see. Oh, and I have this lovely scarf that I got in Marrakesh, Morocco. I keep a scarf because Nairobi is chilly. Ghana is hot to like fire, but Nairobi is very chilly. Um, any other comments, y'all, on the YouTube? Let's see. Let's see. Let me also check Facebook because I forgot I was live on Facebook too. Let's see. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. All right. I don't see anything on Facebook. I don't see any more comments on Instagram for questions. Um, oh, hey, cousin Mario. Hey, Mario. Okay, let me tell y'all. So my cousin's on the live, and I get really excited when my family joins in because I really do this like for them. Like I want to show, like my YouTube channel is really for my family and friends because I want to show them what it's like, right? So, Mario, I'm in Nairobi, Kenya right now. It's East Africa, and I'm at a co-working space that you can like rent for the day and work at that space. And look at this, it's so beautiful. It's like a garden. Let me try to take you. These are like private offices that you can rent. This is where I am. Y'all see me. Y'all see yourselves. It's a garden, but it's a working space. It's an office. And so I am really, really, really enjoying it, to say the least. The weather has been really, really good. Kente's daughter, I was not at Tanisha's place in Morocco. I didn't learn about that place until after I left, but I loved Morocco and I definitely want to go back and, party some more. So I'll stay at her place next time. Hi, Shamisha. Um, I know you're logging in from Canada or wherever you are in the globe. I'm at this beautiful workspace. Uh, Girl, we should come together. Okay, I'm going back to the States in June. But after that, I have to come back to the continent. Together, we must come to Nairobi and have a good time. Okay, I do see a few more questions coming in. Crop, hi. I want to know if it is for both genders or women only. Okay, so I hire women only. However, I know other spaces that hire men. One of them is Key Virtual Support Solutions. That actually I do get some clients out of Key. Also, they have for the tech people no, Andela. That's the name of it. So, still just book a call with me, and I'll link you with some resources for men as well. Um, there was another question that says, "Do you charge differently for Ghanaians versus international clients?" I have only had international clients, but if you're a Ghanaian looking for a virtual assistant, let's talk about it. Yeah, let's talk about it. And a part of that is I've only recruited out of the West. I haven't made an intention to recruit within Africa, but that's something I should do. I will say that one of my VAs is placed with an American who is based out of an African country. But her business entity is still technically like American. Um, Somebody said you haven't done anything yet. Nairobi has a lot of things to do. Even a month you cannot tell. So I've done, I'm doing what I can do. I only got 24 hours in a day. Okay. So far I've been to a few, clubs, lounges, restaurants. Um, we're going to the tea farm this weekend. I also am going to the national park. I am going to do some house scouting soon. And what else? Oh, we're going to the horse track racing thingy on Sunday. I don't think I'm going to make it to the beach this time to Mombasa, but that's definitely on my list for the next time. And who knows, if I move here, I have plenty more time. Plenty more time. Okay. Um, Somebody just asked, are you coming to the coast? I really want to. I just don't think I have enough time to do it this go round, but I definitely will the next time. Patrick, I have just gotten you live. Is it possible to be alerting us in advance? Oh, yes. If you hit the notification bell, it'll pop up for you. And then also I can do a better job of announcing the lives. So yes. Am I intending to move to Kenya? It is high on my list. Yes, that's why I'm here. I have an interest in living in Kenya, so that's why I came to see what's what. Okay. Let's see. I have Kente's daughter on my Instagram is asking, do I still live in Ghana? Um, yes, I do. My full-time residence is in Ghana as of right now, but I am interested in moving to Nairobi. So I came here for a scouting trip. So you want to go to Kenya and Morocco? Let me tell you, I haven't even put up my videos on my YouTube about Morocco yet, but it's coming. And I'm not saying I want to live in Morocco. I'm just saying, like, if you want to have a good time, like you want a vacation, Morocco. Why do I want to leave Ghana? So, as I was saying in my previous video, I'm getting a little bit older, y'all. I'm settling down and I just want an easier environment. West Africa, I always tell people West Africa is like the drum, East Africa is like the guitar, right? Both powerful, both serve a purpose. But one's just a little bit gentle. It's a little bit easier. And so that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for more ease. I'm looking for a cleaner, greener space. I'm looking for that's it. More ease. More ease. That's what I'm looking for. And from what I have been told about Kenya, specifically Nairobi, was that I could find that. Also, I'm looking to expand my virtual assistant business. And I wanted to, of course, I hire African talent. So I want to make sure I'm going to countries where English speakers are plentiful. And then also, Nairobi is a tech hub. And my fiance is also into tech as well. So it works for both of us. So that's why I specifically am looking for Nairobi and why I'm looking to leave Ghana. I want a little bit more ease. I'm also thinking, if my dad wants to come over and live, which country would be an easier transition for a senior? So I started thinking about that as well. And Ghana can be a little bit hard on a senior. All right, y'all. I have been on here with you all for almost an hour, 5 minutes to an hour. And I am just so proud of myself for that. Somebody said, in terms of tech, Kenya is the best in Africa. Trust me. That's what I've been told. That's what I've been hearing. So I had to come and see for myself. How do you track tasks and make sure everyone stays productive remotely? So that's what I was saying. You have things like Asana, you have platforms like Monday.com. You have there's a lot of them. There's a lot of project management tools that are online that you can use to keep track of tasks and people's productivity. And so those are two that I use on a regular with my clients. Asana, Monday.com. I think there's like ClickUp, depending on the type of business you have too. Some people just need a CRM. So it just depends. All right, y'all. Let me see. I even think while I've been on this call, one of my clients hit me up about something. Let me go ahead and shout her out. So one of my clients is Posh Getaways by Paris. It is a premium travel. There we go. She is a premium travel curator. And so right now we have a tour that is in Thailand. Yay! And they're having such a good time on their tour in Thailand. And we have another trip coming up for Greece in September. So if you're interested in going to Greece, go ahead and hit up Posh Getaways by Paris. I'm going to drop that. Let me just add it as a banner right now. And then, oh, it's already on there. And then also the trip I am really excited for with her is the trip to Ghana for New Year's. So if you're interested in traveling to Ghana for the new year, we do have a trip planned, poshgetawaysbyparis.com. So shout out to Paris. It's also her birthday was yesterday, the founder of that business. And so shout out to her. Happy birthday. And again, if you like to travel, then hit up Paris. Okay. Okay, so Patrick, what I was saying to you around links for men who want to do virtual assisting, go to my website, set up time to speak with me so we can have that conversation. It's a free 15-minute call, so you should be good. SheWorksDigitalAfrica.com. Okay. All right, y'all. Let me see. Okay, I've been on here with you all for an hour. So glad that you all were able to join me. Thank you so much for following. I have been seeing all the comments on my videos about Kenya, and I just want to say thank y'all for the love. Thank you for the engagement. I really, really, really appreciate it. And it's really encouraging, because like I said, I've been thinking about, is this a place for me? And just the love in general, just for me posting like 2 videos about my experience so far has been really good. So I'm very happy about that. And last question before we go. I'm from Kenya. Does anyone need to have any training or certificate to get or become a VA? I'm thinking you mean become a VA. So the VAs that I hire do have to have a first degree. And the reason I ask for a first degree is because of the type of placements that I do. However, I do offer training courses for people who want to become virtual assistants. And then also there are a lot of free, free courses that you can take with like Google, ALX, that will give you the skills necessary to become a virtual assistant. So, like I said, follow my page. I'm going to put it back up here so you can stay up to date with us. Let me just, so on Instagram, it's at SWD Africa. On Facebook, SheWorksDigitalAfrica.com. You can stay up to date on when courses drop. You can always go to the website as well, and stay in contact, y'all. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Share it with your family, share with your friends, like, comment down below. Stay in contact with me. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining me on this Good Friday, March 23rd in Nairobi, straight from the co-working space in Westlands. I will drop the name of the co-working space in the chat. And then we'll go from there, y'all. So peace, love. Thank y'all for joining me on the journey. I will talk to you all soon. Bye. Bye, y'all.
Energies stay far away. I pray for more life and I pray for grace. I know that man can't take my place. No, they can't take my place. We only do big things. We turn up to shut down. We know they like small things. Because we know they hear what now. Big things are happening now. More this, more that, more grace.